Yellow, yellow. I hope you guys are doing as well today. So I want to talk about what they have announced for the winter update and season 2 announcement of Tekken 8. Now, I'm gonna put this on here so that you can have it in the background so that you can see what's going on. I'm probably gonna slow it down a little bit too so that way I can have my time exactly, talking about what they're basically showcasing. So let's do that. All right. What I really want to talk about this new update is that a lot of the things that they're going to be showcasing in the video, or have you already seen the video, that is, I am not exactly very excited for, besides the last parts of the video that showcase like new moves for characters, the little hint, wink wink that they gave us with the Nina showcase with the intro of her gameplay battle. And then of course that they're going to be announcing a completely new trailer and or character probably at the Game Awards. So very excited for those things, but I'm gonna voice my opinions on the matter as to what I saw in the trailer specifically. So for now, they're gonna be adding like a new like evolved part of the photo mode as you see in the trailer here. Like you can now skip frames between attacks. You're able to change facial features, gestures from your hands and whatnot. That's pretty cool too. It's not exactly a thing that I'm extremely like happy for, but it's it's a if it's free, then it's not really bad by any means. To be honest, though, I could have liked that they added more gestures besides the ones that they have now. But like it's whatever. And then the whole features too that you can now also find players, your friends online without having to go through the replay, and then that way you can then find them and add them. So that's nice as well. So you shouldn't have been doing that since the get-go, but whatever. And then the fight pass as well, they are also going to add additional levels to it, which also they're going to be adding even previous games like items from what they're entailing here in the video. So that's pretty cool too. And then early 2025 updates, as you see in the trailer itself, they are also going to add on a lot of new customization options as well. So for example, new slots and a shared feature as well, which means that we might be able to look at our friends and our rivals customization options and then maybe download them so that we can copy their shared customizations. That's pretty cool. And that we can also put them at the main menu, so we don't have to like just use the presets that they gave to us during the last patch. So yeah, that's pretty neato if they allow that, for this game, and you don't have to wait until that happens. And then Tekken fan art. This is the one I have to pause for this one, to be honest. I have to pause for this one because this one I'm a little bit like confused as to what do they mean that they're gonna add Tekken fan art in game. So basically the portraits, we're probably gonna be able to see them during the loading screen during a match, and that's pretty cool. But the thing that I have with this is that, is this Tekken fan art that they themselves are going to review? Like they're gonna add like some kind of I don't know, some type of document that you send to them with the fan art enabled, and then they choose, okay, this is really good fan art, let's add this to Tekken for free, like maybe every few months during a new patch or a new update, right? Like that could be pretty cool if that's what they're going to be doing. Or is it that the players themselves can create their art, upload them into Tekken 8 in some way, and then we can use them as our portraits? And the reason why I'm saying this in a very like suspicious manner is because I know the community. I don't not Tekken in general, but the internet in general is filled with weirdos, with gooners, coomers, all that shit, right? So you can easily tell there's gonna be some Rule 34 type shit that they're gonna add into their portraits so that they can have it on, and you can easily tell for those that like me who make videos online or stream that it's gonna be a mess if we can see that whatever the frick they're doing in their portraits, unless we have an option to enable it, so that way if we're streaming, or if we are doing a video, or maybe if it's doing a video we can edit that out, but if it's like a stream we can just simply enable that, we don't want to see portraits of other players, right? So that way we don't end up accidentally seeing some very erotic lewd type fan art, right? So if that is the case, that we have the full control, the full autonomy to create our fan art, and we can upload them to whenever we wish, there's going to be that kind of art in the game. So I really doubt that's going to be the case. That it's going to be that they, they review it and then they add it in later down the line through an update. That would be pretty cool. But if it's not the case, then you're going to see a lot of loot shit, and I hope that there's an option to disable that. You can see it here with the whole portraits and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And then the 30th anniversary fight pass. This right here is like, they're gonna be adding free items, and to be honest, this is nothing great. It's nothing that big of a deal in my opinion. It's just like, free items are gonna be adding, and then they're gonna add stuff like this. It's pretty neato, but not really something that I'm gonna be too crazy for. And they are showcasing some of the premium items that they're gonna be in the fight pass, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm not too crazy for what they're showcasing here. It's a lot of the same, very lazy like items that they're gonna be adding. Will I waste the Tekken coins that I got for free during October or November, was it? I'm not too sure. And then Season 2, here we see Steve doing a completely new heat move. I want to pause this as well. I'm sorry if I'm doing so. This looks a lot to me like what Brian does when he's in heat, or when he has his install, where he goes for forward 2 1 2, I believe it's forward 2 1 2 3 1 or 4 1. I forget what it was, the actual button press. It looks similar to that. And this is what Steve is basically kind of doing, in my opinion. And this means that they're gonna, as you already saw, they're gonna be adding new moves for every character. System and major balance updates, which is really amazing. I want to know what they're gonna be doing with the heat system. I hope that they do something that's allows us to actually breathe in the game, right? Unless they want to continue with the way the game is going at right now with the heat system, I guess I'm completely fine with it. I actually have another video that I want to make detailing exactly what I want to see for Season 2, but since we're kind of re-seeing it right now, at least a couple of clips and hints, I'm not too sure. But yeah, you saw that Law. He does this. You can kind of see it. I don't know if you can see it properly. That Law does, I'm not sure if that's down forward 1 or something, and then he uses his nunchucks. And he does his version of a super spin. I call it a super spin, or super tailspin as they call it in the game. So now he's able to do that. Pretty cool. King has a new wall ender. Paul now has a new type of move that goes into a super spin, which might be coming from his movement stance, like sneak step, something like sneak step. Eddie has a new move. I don't really care, to be honest. I don't really care about Eddie that much. Susana has a new low that goes into her Liberator stance. And I'm guessing here, Fengwei now has a new animation for his Heat Smash, or either that or he has another new one. But they probably either just made it so that now he has an animation between his Heat Smash, which is pretty cool. It looks pretty nice. And this, to me, this already tells me that they have nerfed Shaheen. They nerfed Shaheen right here. Because forward 3, if you don't know this, forward 3 on counter hits, because it looks like a counter hit on Claudio. If it hits you on counter hit, it actually puts the opponent in a heavy stun crumple state, meaning that they're gonna slump down onto the ground. You can re-pick them up with down 3 into sneak step. But here it's showcasing that Shaheen no longer does that. Instead, it just does a heavy stun against the opponent, and then he goes into sneak step, which he couldn't really do before. And he goes into down forward 1 into 4 as a final hit that now also heat engages, which didn't do before. You couldn't get the heat engager from sneak step into down forward 1-4. This is new, which they're also going to be doing similarly to another character that's going to showcase him right now. But Deviljin now has his Zen sweep into now canceling into Zen again, that's going to be annoying, to be honest. I wonder if on block it still, gives you a heavy block stun, so that way you're able to then launch Jin for it. And then here Asuka does her 4-4-2 into 1, I believe. This is now a heat engager that now she can do. And then here's the hint. Before I even come to the conclusion as to what's going on here, but everybody knows what the hell this means if you're a Tekken fan. The thing that I'm looking at through the new moves, a lot of them don't really seem like new moves. They just seem like reworks, in my opinion. They just seem like more like reworks than anything. Shaheen's forward 3, that's a nerf, but in a way it's also a buff, because now you can go into a heat engage by down forward 1-4. Asuka can now do 4-4-2-1, which she already can do anyway. She already had that move. She has been having that move, but it's just that now it's a heat engager. So is these two things, it kind of makes me feel that there's going to be characters in the game that don't really get new moves. They just get reworks onto their moves, right? That's what it seems to me. Like King, you saw for a fact that what he did at the wall was a new move, right? Looks very similar to another character, to be honest. I forget who it was. You saw Jin can now cancel out of his Zen Sweep kick. And Steve, for 100%, got a new move, and so did Law, right, with his new nunchuck move that now goes into a super spin, as well as Paul with his new stepping move into that like hook fist that is also homing, that also grants him a super spin. So I'm hoping to see what they're gonna do with Yoshimitsu, because I'm a Yoshi main, and I'm kind of excited what they're gonna be giving to him. But if it's gonna be something boring, like, oh, maybe this got reworked, so now this does whatever, I'll be kind of disappointed, really. But I wouldn't mind it as long as something is added to his kit to help him out. I know that some people are gonna say he doesn't need any help. The character's busted as fuck. But since season 2's coming in, we're gonna probably see a lot of big ass nerfs. So I'm hoping that they give him something nice. At least if they do all these big nerfs to him, we'll eventually see what they're going to be doing to Yoshimitsu. I'm also excited for Victor as well, even though I don't really main him as much as I wanted to at the beginning. But if they give him another like EI attack, that would be really cool to see how they'll do it. But yeah, it probably might not be that at all. And yeah, that's about it, like when it comes to the new moves. So here we see that the helicopter is painted over and you see a rose. This is a big fucking hint. Because if we see clearly, right afterwards with the missile showing the lipstick, this is Anne. They're telling us that Anne is coming out in season 2, probably as the first DLC character. People were assuming that it was going to be Anne as the 4th DLC character because of the whole Game Awards type thing that's going to happen, which I'm going to showcase later. But it doesn't make any sense to, you know, think that Anne will be the next character, because yeah, Anne is a hype character, but it's not like super hype to follow up as the final DLC character, in my opinion. So I have to say that this is exciting for those that are willing to see season 2 come in, and then they see that Anna comes back and see what new changes they've done to her. So I am a bit excited when it comes to that, even though I'm not really an Anne main, never really mained Anne or played Anne before. But if there's anything interesting with her gameplay, I'm waiting to see exactly what they can do. And then they're going to be showcasing the whole Tekken World Tour type thing, which I'm going to skip, to be honest, because even though it is hype and all that, it's not really that important. And here we go. So this is where they're going to be announcing the new character at the Game Awards. So December 12th to either December 13th. So basically, I'm assuming that December 13th is going to be for us at NA. And then for December 12th is probably like all over the world. Specifically, I could be wrong here. I'm not really good when it comes to time zones like this, because they use a different time zone type of like number system, so I'm not really known for that. I use the imperial system since I'm from the US, so not really good at telling the time like that. If let's say 0 to like 24 hours, stuff like that, right? Either way, point is, new kid is going to be announced at the Game Awards. Now, if you want my opinion as to what they may have as the character, because this definitely tells you that it's not going to be a Tekken character. It's not going to be a legacy character. It's not going to be a new one either. I mean, it could be a new one. A new one can still be a good idea to add into the Game Awards. It could definitely be hype, but a new character doesn't make any sense, specifically because, again, why will you show it at the Game Awards? A lot of other creators said the same thing. Mike Hollow, Maximilian has said the same thing. Even the main man, I probably think he said something similar. A lot of all the creators said the same thing, that it makes no sense specifically to add in a new character, specifically maybe a new character, but especially a legacy character at the Game Awards. It will make a lot more sense that if they were to do that, it will be done at the end of the World Tour. So it doesn't make any sense to me at all why that is, that if they were to do it that way. Right? If it were to be the case that the new character or a legacy character comes out at the Game Awards, right? But I doubt that's the case. It's going to be a guest character, or it's going to be a complete new character, but I doubt it will be a new character either. So what will be the character? Now, a lot of players are assuming that it could be Tifa. I'm not too sure if it will be Tifa because even though it's highly requested, to be honest, I just don't see how they'll add Tifa in when Noctis himself, the character that came out in Tekken 7, I mean, he was hype. For me, he was hype at least because I'm into swords. I'm into like Soul Calibur shit. But if I had to say, not many people really cared for Noctis as much as people thought. Right? So adding another Final Fantasy character in this game doesn't make any sense to me, even though a lot of people request Tifa as an example, since she's, you know, a pugilist fighter. She uses her hand-to-hand combat, so it makes sense that she's very fitting for Tekken 8 specifically. But I really don't know that's the case. In fact, I'm also hinting at maybe it could be like another type of Final Fantasy character, not like Final Fantasy, the Final Fantasy 7 remake type of characters. Maybe like in the case of the new Final Fantasy game, with the whole main character with the swords and all that shit. That would be pretty cool to see if it were that character, but I'm not too sure if it's going to be a Final Fantasy character. Then people think it might be a Mortal Kombat character. I really don't think so as well. I could be wrong here. I hope that I'm wrong. But if I'm wrong, I hope it's something between the lines of Sub-Zero or Scorpion, especially if it's Scorpion. I know people won't like that idea because of the get over here spear and then spearing people from long range. They're not gonna like that shit at all. Unless they do it in a very balanced way. Like, let's say for example, we can do it while in heat, and if we miss hitting our spear, we become like super negative. Like, you know how Jack, when he goes for his belly flop Superman like tackle, that if he misses, he has to like wait like around like 60 frames just to be able to then completely get the hell up, and you can launch him for it. So it could be something like that. I don't know. A Mortal Kombat character will be definitely very, fitting for Tekken 8, but I doubt they'll do that as well, because how they're gonna be making the rage arts, it won't make any sense in Tekken, since the game is not really like mature for audiences, so I don't know how they'll do that. But they could definitely go for the PG route and not go too heavy on the gore. Like, they won't show any gore, but they'll try to show something, give a semblance that it might be some gore happening, you know? There is a lot of people saying that Akita from Virtual Fighters might come out as the guest character, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna shut that down right now. If Akita were to be the final DLC character for this season, it's gonna be a snooze fest. I'm sorry for those old heads out there that like Virtual Fighter. Look, I had never played Virtual Fighters myself, but I saw gameplay just to see exactly the hype for Akita, right? Because some people are like, it would be hype to see Akita to the game, and I'm looking into it, and I'm looking at some like tournaments with Akita being played. And to be honest, I'm not seeing anything crazy with Akita. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not seeing anything new or crazy with Akita. You know what I'm seeing in the game, in those games? I am seeing Leo. I'm seeing like almost a one-to-one from Leo. Like, there's nothing in Akita's gameplay that looks anything unique or new for him to be the last DLC character. Just because, oh, he's a Virtual Fighters character, let's just add him in to get the game all hyped up for, the whole hint, wink, wink, for the new Virtual Fighters game that they're supposedly developing. No, it doesn't make any sense. And Akita, for one, seems very boring. Like, Leo is not a boring character to me. Some people may think that she is boring, but I find that Leo's a lot more mesmerizing when it comes to his gameplay than what I'm seeing in Virtual Fighters. Even if they tried to incorporate that character in Tekken 8 and using the Tekken 8 systems, I still don't think it would be, hype enough. So Akita being the last DLC character, that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm being honest here. With that being said, I don't know who will be the last character. I'm hoping that it could be something cool, right? Because why are they hyping this up so much that they're waiting until the Game Awards? Like, it has to be something hype, really hype. Like, Devil May Cry levels of hype. It would be cool if it would be Virgil or like Dante. Trish, maybe Lady from Devil May Cry would be a pretty cool idea to add in, but I doubt that's the case either. So I don't know. You guys decide on the comment section. You can write for yourself, and you guys can let me know who you think will be the last character in the game, and just to speculate for funsies. But yeah, that's about all. If you guys liked the video and you want to give the video a like, give it a like. If not, give it a dislike. If you want to subscribe to see more of my content in the future, so go ahead and subscribe, and if not, you don't have to. And so yeah, stay tuned, stay safe. Salute to all my fallen soldiers. I reminisce of a time